Every single thing I've learned in the course of scripting this episode just makes me hate post-crisis continuity all the more. I was gonna do Comet Part 2, but first, I genuinely don't think I can get into this without some additional context, because first of all, the Supergirl in this convoluted bit of nonsense isn't even Kara Zor-El. Instead, she's... oh god, where do I even start? Okay, so the multiverse collapsed, but naturally writers still wanted to eat their multidimensional cake and save it too, so they came up with all kinds of different ways to keep other universes around. Such is the case of the Pocket Universe, aka Earth 23, created by the Time Trapper as a way of maintaining the existence of the Legion of Superheroes. See, the Legion was created due to its founding members being inspired by Clark Kent's heroic exploits as Superboy, but the Superboy era no longer existed after the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Rather than let the Legion go poof, the Time Trapper used this pocket universe as a destination point for all the Legion's time-traveling adventures to the past as, I don't know, part of some big villain scheme. You're probably asking yourself what this has to do with Supergirl, and I'm getting to it. The Lex Luthor of this pocket universe created an artificial life form known as a protoplasmic matrix, which adopted the identity of Supergirl while fighting a trio of Phantom Zone criminals. She was sent to the main universe to get Superman's help, but by the time they returned, the pocket universe's Earth had been devastated. And with nowhere else to go, this Matrix Supergirl fled to the main post-crisis universe instead. You may be thinking, that wasn't so bad, Scarlet, I've heard worse, you're exaggerating. But just wait, it gets more complicated. If I may pivot to Linda Danvers, ordinary small-town girl whose boyfriend attempted to sacrifice her in a demonic ritual, and yes, I swear this is relevant. Mid-ritual, the Matrix Supergirl intervened and attempted to use her protoplasmic form to heal Linda's injuries, but instead the two ended up fused together, which allowed them to become a completely different incarnation of Supergirl. Oh, and the icing on this confusing cake is that by merging at the moment of Linda's death, they had also become the Earthborn Angel of Fire, one of 3 angelic beings created by such a fusion. If you're still following any of this, you might be wondering where the hell Kara was during this whole fiasco. Well, in a perfect example of editorial mandates making everything worse, Kara didn't really exist anymore at this point. While her pre-crisis self died punching out the Anti-Monitor, it was decreed by the higher-ups that in the post-crisis universe, Superman was the only Kryptonian allowed to exist, because otherwise it would dilute his status as the last son of Krypton. So all of that nonsense came about just because editorial decided that Supergirl wasn't allowed to be Kryptonian. Where does Comet fit in all this so I can get on with my life, I hear you begging to know? I'm glad you asked. You remember how I said this Linda Matrix Supergirl was one of 3 Earthborn angels? Another was Blith, the Angel of Light and servant of the first vampire known only as the Carnivore. Oh, God. And the third was none other than Comet, the Earthborn Angel of Love, who I'll finally get to so I can close the book on this silly mess next week, after which maybe I can go back to some Spider-Man content. Not that that's any better sometimes.